Foundation was a world of diverse civilizations and culture that had full command of the land, sea, and sky. In the peak of their golden age, a calamity struck the world, tearing it apart and leaving only fragments floating among clouds. You are a survivor, now awakening after centuries of stasis inside an ark. Explore the unknown and seek answers.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Although, I'll admit that I've woken up in worse conditions. Computer? Computer?
Subject arisen successfully, awaiting a response to determine cognitive abilities.
What?
Response sufficient. I am the survival assistant assigned to this ARC, designation ASA. I am to guide you in successful rehabilitation to the outside world, though we are dealing with a number of unforeseen circumstances. My creators saw fit to allow me to feel discomfort from particularly high-pitched sound waves. Please refrain from such outbursts.
What happened? Where am I?
A cataclysm was brought on the outside world, and I fear not much is left. You have been aboard this ark for some time. Unfortunately, there are gaps in my memory banks. I do not know your place of origin.
Okay, but why don't I remember anything?
A common side effect of prolonged cryostasis. Your memory may return in time, though my limited data access is unable to say for sure.
But hold on, what unforeseen circumstances?
I don't have any data before the ark crashed, though I suspect we were attacked. My core directive was to ensure your safety and only wake you if I had run out of options. I am out of options. I can see from the inventory logs that this ark once held numerous supplies and equipment, but it appears they were deliberately jettisoned some time ago. This ark can no longer fly, but it can still manufacture items and equipment for you. Our best chance of survival is to explore the outside world for technology and find a means of constructing a skyship.
And, how do you expect me to do that?
Take this prism. It is a direct link between you and I. It will track and log everything you find and allow me to create equipment and tools to assist in your journey. I have already scanned the local environment and created a list of objects that will help with your immediate investigations. Please check the crafting station and depart the Ark when ready.
It's been a few years since Worlds Adrift closed the gates to creation. We are back again, this time with a single-player game, no longer an MMO, but it's a return to the memories, to the world that we knew, to the skies that we once flew with our friends. And this time, the game is supposed to bring us everything that we were missing back then. The proper story, the proper world, and everything that the creators wanted to deliver.
Well, that's all nice, but I'm running around barefoot and it's cold. So let's just learn the basics and get out into the world so I can maybe craft some shoes or something.
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, well, we already know how to run, how to strafe to the side. And another important thing is how to dodge and jump and combine all kinds of movement together. I feel like we are ready to go. let's see. We have nothing in our inventory. So we're starting with literally empty pockets. Okay. Now, important thing to note is, whatever is stored in our belt, if we die, we will not drop that. We will drop everything else, but not what's in our belt. We also have a stash up there. This is kind of a system thing. Because I've already played Worlds Adrift previously, and these are sort of rewards for veteran players. I will not be using them, at least not from the very beginning, just to give you a good feeling for what the game is like if you're just starting fresh. What do we have in character? We have skills. Okay, I'm rested. Cool. For what, 6 minutes? Health regeneration increased by 50%, stamina increased by 100. Cool. Skills: sprinting, sneaking, dodging, climbing, grappling, gliding. We will definitely be learning more about them later. Now, for Compendium, this is where we can get detailed information about everything in the world, as long as we have discovered it in some way, either picked it up or scanned it, or we've learned a blueprint or recipe. And as you can see, there's a lot to discover and a lot to learn.
But for now, there was nothing else to do but to leave the Ark and go explore the world. And the computer gave us our first task: get across to the next island.
Oh, that's nice. Hello. Okay. Across from the Ark. Whoa. Okay, yeah. Don't think we can jump that. Okay, we need to get across then. Which means we need to build a glider. And to build a glider we need branches and fibers. This is fiber. Branch is trees.
Finding basic resources in survival games is usually a painful chore. However, unlike most survival games, Lost Skies doesn't require you to eat and drink. Instead, the creators opted for a different approach. Food and drink gives you additional benefits, so you are actually motivated to gather and cook and eat when you are not absolutely smitten with the views or scared to frigging death of falling off.
Well, that's easy for you to say. You're not the one standing above the endless abyss. I'm out of here. Hey, what's this? I don't remember these. Okay, let's scan. An Atlas shrimp. Now, for those who don't remember, Atlas was the name of the ore or crystal that allowed things to float. I wonder if we can use these in some way.
That has later proven to be a correct assumption, but for now, we still had a lot to explore and a lot to gather. And the night in Lost Skies turns out to be just as beautiful as the daytime. And then, in a cave behind the Ark, I have discovered my first metal deposit.
Great. We will need a lot more of those. We'll need also some tools to break them apart and actually mine the metal. And while we're at it, let's check what we have recently discovered. We can find that in the compendium. The compendium automatically records everything that we have found and discovered, and it marks it like this. For example, this scrap metal. This is the lowest tier of metal that we can use. And Saborian stone. Obviously, it cannot be used to build on ship, but it can build solid foundation, which means we will be using it to build stuff on an island, like a shipyard. Yep. Next we have fibers and coral. Coral will be very useful for light and heat. We will need to gather a lot more of that. So let's dive deeper into the darkness. Well, isn't it typical? Just as I've mentioned, descending into darkness, we get sunrise. Well, not that I'm complaining, obviously. Feels less dramatic, but way easier to see and a bit prettier, maybe. Well, that's the whole cave. Where else haven't I been on the island? Down here. Okay, there is something down here. Some ruins or something. Hey, someone forgot their diary.
Producer Squad, mission report. Mission parameters have drastically changed. I found construction plans and schematics for a shipyard within the databank with enough materials, believing this island is within reach. I felt the rupture occur on this island as no doubt we all did. I'll send the drone back to camp with a copy of this report. Once Advana Squad receives this report, head to the facility on the southernmost reaches of the island. I have our salvation. We are gods.
Well, I don't know about that, my man. Gods don't forget their diaries laying around, and gods don't need shipyards, so there's that. Damn, I wish I already had that grapple. I could collect a lot of stuff from underneath the island, I bet. Oh well, let's take it one step after the other, and the next step is building a glider.
Except, like a true explorer, I got distracted by finding yet another part of the island where I haven't been before.
But what if there's something useful or important, huh?
Well, was there?
Nope, and shut up. I'm trying to hunt down this deer thing. Stay. Asshole.
I suppose that is a way to negotiate.
You were saying?
Nope, don't mind me at all. But how is the glider doing? Did you forget that was our goal?
Sheesh, I'm working on it. Yeah, nag. So, what we need to do is craft a makeshift cloth. Okay, apparently we can craft a couple of those. Which unlocked a number of other recipes. Good. First of all, we need a glider. I'll take that. What else do we need? Oh look, we got a hologram in our hand of what it is that we're looking at. That's cool. See? It's the same thing that we're seeing here in the window. A bandage. Yep, that's a bandage. That's a teeny tiny glider. Okay, what is it that we'll need? Chest plate. 10 armor. Okay. I suppose that will work. Breeches. Yes, 10 armor. Everything seems to give 10 armor. Cool. So we have that, and we need so there. I'll grab all of that, and coral flare. I will need some of those. That's 15 coral flares. Clothing can be equipped by highlighting the item in your inventory, pressing right mouse button. Okay. So, I can either drag... Can I, drag it there? No? Oh, yes, I can. But I can also just right-click. Cool. Right-click. And right-click. Awesome. Can I equip? Oh, it goes into the hotbar. Can I move it in the hotbar? Yes, I can. That's great. See, this is where we start running into the need to manage the space in our inventory. I will need that and that. Gliding. Once equipped, You can press space whilst in the air to deploy a glider, and use WASD to control the descent. Okay, let's give that a try. Okay, this looks like a good place. So, space to deploy the glider. Alrighty. Banzai! Alright, that worked. I just gotta keep moving forward, or else I'll just be descending in one place. But before we head out, it would be pretty smart to actually get some more equipment. Makeshift bandage, definitely. Gonna get injured? Need bandage. And I don't think we'll need fibers for anything else, so let's go with that. Thank you. And looks like we're getting 4 bandages out of 1 batch. We have invested 3 fibers into 1 cloth, and we need 2 cloth to make 1 bandage. That is 6 fibers in, 4 bandages out. Huh, it's not too bad. Alright, one last thing before we go. Reorganize this a little bit just to free up some space, because we're gonna need it. And the bandage into hotkey for easy access. Good. So, how does this glow stick work? It casts out light like that, but I can also throw it like that. That's a pretty good light source. Works. So let's kind of assess where we are right now. That's the next island where we are going. There seems to be another level right there leading to the red light, and another level up there. Assuming from the red light I can somehow get to the top of that cliff, and then maybe all the way there. So that way should be the south, because if I remember, the note that we found spoke of a facility at the south end of the island, which could be either somewhere over there, or maybe it's this thing here under the island. Either way, that direction is the south. And that direction is the north. And that somewhere out there, sitting at the top of that cloud, is a huge, abso-freaking-lutely massive thing. Looks like an artificial like a space station almost, with the rings and stuff. I don't suppose we can ever go there, unfortunately. Okay, alright. So, we need to get across to that island. I wanted to wait until it's daytime, but let's not wait that long.